Hello students, a very quick review of the today's paper. I'll just do it in 5 minutes students. The analysis of the paper students, we will do it after the examination. Post the examination only we will do the analysis, for which there is a decode session. The link of the decode session is already given in this particular description box. So students, इसके analysis हम लोग examination के बाद ही करेंगे. मैं अभी सिर्फ और सिर्फ एक quick review दे रहा हूँ आज के DT के पेपर का. तो link दिया गया है in the description box for the analysis paper. Let's begin with this particular category of the decode. The quick review of the today's paper. Students, descriptive questions की बात कर लेते हैं. Very manageable paper. मेनली बिकॉज मैंने अब ये चीज़ पता नहीं क्यों, क्योंकि ये सब चीज़ें अभी कल ही जैसे कि मैराथन में और रिवीजन क्लास में ये सारे एडजस्टमेंट्स अल्टीमेटली हमने किए हुए थे. मे बी शायद उसकी वजह से आई मे बी ऑफ द बायस्ड ओपिनियन कि दिस वुड बी समथिंग दैट वी इज अ मैनेजेबल पेपर, बट आई थिंक ओवरऑल ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट्स वुड हैव सेड द सेम थिंग. इतना कोई डिफिकल्ट पेपर नहीं था एज कम्पेयर टू वॉट वी हैव सीन इन द लास्ट 2 or 3 अटेम्प्ट्स. इनफैक्ट आई वॉज वेरी प्लीज टू फाइंड द ट्रांसफर प्राइसिंग क्वेश्चन. इनफैक्ट कल के जो मेरे जो यूट्यूब में और अकेडमी में विच आई पुट अक्रॉस देयर द ट्रांसफर सेम क्वेश्चन हमने डिस्कस किया था, बिकॉज आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड द स्टूडेंट दैट दिस इज अ मॉड्यूल क्वेश्चन और नया क्वेश्चन मॉड्यूल में डाला गया है एंड द सेम थिंग दे हैव पिक्ड अप, same question was there. So it was so satisfying to know, and also the adjustments that is there. Simple question था 115 BAC का, 115 BAA का, sorry, in which case I think this was very manageable. In fact ये सारे adjustment employee, we were discussing this particular adjustment point number B. In fact कल के marathon lecture में we have discussed about this point number D as well, point number E as well, this loss of plant when we are doing the depreciation claim. Point number F as well was being discussed while we were discussing about the taxation of dividend with the practical case study in the yesterday's or day before yesterday's our marathon series. Normal question tha. Thereafter students, it appears to be ATM का adjustment है which is allowed in 115 BAA as we all are aware. This question also was very manageable. Question number 8, this question number 2A, I think everyone would have done it. REIT पे business trust पे question था, which again is a very highly manageable area. But the only trick, students, those remember dividend taxation, will it be taxable in the hands of the unit holder? Will the dividend taxation, will it dividend from the SPV, will it be taxed in this case in the hands of the unit holder? And the answer is yes, because the SPV has opted for 115 BAA, students. All of you are aware, so there is no exemption in that regard, isn't it? Apart from that, in this context, students, by the way, at what rate it will be taxable? At what rate? पूछो. रहने देते students all the analysis में, क्योंकि यहाँ पे chances are very high students would have made some mistake. Anyway, let's talk about this one. B part of the question, students, again the same thing. Agent, we were yesterday in our YouTube channel, an Academy YouTube channel also, I was doing the same particular this thing, business correction. And in the business correction, they have targeted the second part, not principally conclude the contract. Habitually plays a principal role to play the conclude the contract. वो नहीं पूछा था. They have targeted the second particular limb of the business correction, and that is what I can see over here. Rest of it are also students something manageable tha, which was being discussed earlier as well in the yesterday's session, which was being there over here. So this is also something which is manageable. हो सकता है कि couple of silly mistake students may have done it, acceptable. This again, students, 8 marks amendments. Majorly I can see that this is an amendment area that they have targeted for the charitable trust. So therefore this appears to be the amendment area which is big there. Question number, this one, double taxation relief. The double taxation relief, students, see the exchange rate that they've given it. So maybe some students may have done the mistake, हो सकता है, if they would not have applied rule 115 properly about the conversion rate. So that is the possible area, but other than that, it appears to be very manageable. This again, the double taxation relief this time. This is a TDS question. I think TDS question also was something, मैंने पूरा इसको देखा तो नहीं है detail में, लेकिन appears to be quite manageable, this particular thing. I think all of you would be in a better position to comment on the TDS part. I have not seen this particular thing. I think miss हो गया कि क्या हो गया question. ठीक है, I think that we'll see it later on. Any case, this was the question I was talking about. It 6 marks, which is taken the new question of the module which we have discussed day before yesterday only. जब हमने अपनी मैराथन कल की क्लास में या परसों वाली क्लास में we were discussing this question. I told you that this question would be something which will be there because this is a new question of the ICI module. Case law, it appears to be, this is a new area of case laws which has been there. So I think some students may have attempted it because conceptually it appears to be a simple one. तो कुछ लोगों ने अटेम्प्ट किया रहेगा, कुछ लोगों ने इसको छोड़ दिया होगा. It all depends upon how the students would have dealt on this one, on this case law front. So this is how it was. Equalization levy. This was in respect of the equalization levy. In fact, I remember discussing this particular thing in the marathon lecture. मैं पूरा चार्ट बना रहा था इंटरेस्ट का, वो सब चीज का. We were discussing this interest component and the due dates and all. Remember that particular session in which this particular entire component was being discussed. So this was something which was very satisfying feeling in terms of this. ये theory है. Some students have said that they could not attempt this one. Lengthy लगा होगा. ठीक है. If this would have been left students, not to worry, because chances are there that tax theory है तो चलो ठीक है, benefit of doubt है. लेकिन ये देखो representative SSC students, the theory which we have discussed, just bullet revision, we have dealt this particular thing, representative SSC. So I would be glad that this was there. In the NR taxation theory part, we were discussing the BEPS action plan 1, which because of which there was equalization levy and SCP, significant economic presence. ये दो चीजें थी. So that is what it is. MCQ, some MCQ where students were saying tricky and others were manageable. That is what is the feedback. I have not seen it. लेकिन slum sale से आया था in the partnership assessment, which was something which was from the amendment part. Let's see what would be the case. So decode session students, we will do the analysis. Out and out मैं आपको एक IDT के लिए बता दूँ strategy students. Please 15 minute, if you are getting the time to live with the descriptive question, start with descriptive question first. 2 question of descriptive कर लो, settle down कर लो. Let your nerves get settled down with the known areas. आप MCQ में चालू करते हो ना, बहुत सारे unknown areas दिखते हैं, वहां पे आपका माइंड थोड़ा सा डिस्टर्ब हो जाता है. And once you are in the panic mode, then even the known areas looks very tough. You have to be very calm and composed when you actually are handling those tricky situations. So that is what students I will suggest to all of you, to just ensure to start with the descriptive question first. Couple of descriptive question कर लो, उसके बाद MCQ कर लेना, क्योंकि वो unknown areas में आप venture कर रहे हो. That's my suggestion students, and that is all of it. Do well, all the best for your IDT paper. God bless to all of you. Thank you very much. Bye bye.